Part 4, the edification of the truth. Dethroning the truth will be a reckless task. Remember, the truth is much more applicable and viable, but not knowing the truth is destructive. My people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge. The truth is not random, whimsical, or capricious. It is the word of the living God, applicable to all mankind regardless of his location, what are the circumstances, nor who is involved. Man has no authority nor permission to override or supersede the Word of God. The truth is a governing directive identifying the culture of a precise way of life and defining the correct directions of our paths in this life. The truth is stamped in our hearts and minds, informing us and determining our path and proceeding in this life. The heart knows the pathway, providing direction. It is the mind postulating the direction. What causes an organization or persons to believe they have the final authority on making the decision, which clearly defies or challenges a decision proclaimed by God? What authority is the decision of man based, defining his demarcation of authority? Who has the defining power of his creation? Who has established rules, laws, or domains governing the authority of God over his own creation? Who established the end from the beginning? Man was a thought, concept, or design before creation. By whose authority, power, or assuredness are the decisions of man? By your influence and conviction of possible existence of 8,000 years or more now provide the finality needed and ability to adapt a new philosophy into our system of society? Show me the paragons of virtue that has been established by your control and dominance over other planets, solar systems, or galaxies. Is this the arrogance in expressing your total control in what you now determine to be law and guidance? It is shocking to me in seeing people taking this stance of ownership and disregard for the perfect system in place, thinking every man has an equally derived a better way. Your existence has been engaged in exhibiting a system defined not by your perfect understanding and comprehension, but allowing your complete perception of all issues confronted by all men, and prescribing answers to all questions, by man, utilizing his survival and experience, since the days of the beginning. Where does this utilization now prescribe authority? This presumed authority of all humankind cannot be used as a recipe, methodology, or guideline for human existence. Sensing newly founded abilities, displaying an expertise on life, knowing east from west and all in between, for all individuals ever taking a breath, man now has the qualifications, prerequisites, or the experience required for rendering decisions sustaining his development and favor, has now, somehow, shifted authorization and endorsement for approval from God and finding a new philosophy for life. As an advisement, you have not been given favor, you are still a man, a creation, of flesh and blood, not having been granted the fundamental ability to start or install a new platform of hierarchy in this life, designating, arbitrarily, a lifestyle, as being a totally new episode in life, harboring your predisposed decisions for establishing these new universal achievements, establishing right or wrong. The sin of this endeavor is a strike at the heart and core of the reproductive authority provided to men. It eliminates propagation, ends the reproductive consent between a man and woman, which is a primary function of this relationship, which without, man would fail to exist. God will not allow man to be eliminated by man. Evidently, your incongruous thinking has been a misconceived response, as the endowed powers keepers of the truth have somehow been diminished, and it is now your time in attaining the throne of command. Have the previous owners have abrogated the throne, and it is now yours in choosing and establishing new principles of law enacting life on this earth? However, your summation of the truth or new truth is fallacious, erroneous, and fabricated. There is a new deceptive power. It will arise from brute of authority, changing the landscape of records of history of this planet, yet, it will only be for a very short period of time, a temporary transfer of authority. Your master will provide the ability in elevating all the beliefs of your outline and making them a temporary rule of law for 3.5 years, 3.5 years, to be exact. After this limited engagement, it will all fall apart, continuing at this brisk and precipitous desegregation of the kingdom for another 3.5 years before its total implosion. Oh, how the wicked will shriek and scream, in terror, as the truth returns claiming his own. This scenario is not a fallacy but a truth. The demise of the truth was only a fallacy, a myth, a delusion created for your own self-identification and exposure. You will be crushed and devoured. In order to secure your allegiance, they will require a performance in public or private of an act totally against your personal, cultural, or religious beliefs and providing edification substantiating the pledges of this organization. The black man is poised for long-awaited claim to fame. However, there must be dues to pay by the organization before allowing him to go on his merry way, and knowing who is still in control allowing these feats of challenges. Let's proceed. Singularity, not the plural man, but a singular identity focus. Just maybe there has been efforts in doing all you can do and having all the key education components checked and doing everything in your power and chasing the dream of success, but somehow it has not availed itself in a flavor substituting a role for you, allowing you access to levels of power and authority sought for completion of your life. Maybe all your efforts were no enough only because it was never the intent of the Creator for you to be inclusive in your definition of an unabashed achievements and triumph. It does not matter the abilities and aptitudes in your possession. It was never intended for your intellect in meeting the achievements of your surroundings. Your success and God's success may be two different entities, far apart. Yours is finite and unarchiving. God's definition of success is permanent and perpetual. Success is the ingredient we all seek to be recognized by our peers, as being that little step above the rest. These are the same aspiration the Illuminati offer to each member chosen for inclusion. There must be an avenue of appeal in enhancing the elite for acceptance, acknowledging the worthiness in their non-solicited application. These organizations recognizes the notoriety and illustriousness preceding your introduction and are willing to offer a proposal signifying this status for this clandestine cryptic institution establishment. It has been the career emphasis which has taken them to new heights in this grandiose industry of individual competitiveness, propelling them to stardom. Too much emphasis on their career with barely a trace for anything else. This organization is a continuation of their lives, exhibiting all types of sexual expression of many partners rewarding their passion and desires. All prohibitions will cease and dismiss any other feelings of responsibility.